Uno dei compiti più terribili sui quali la psichiatria moderna è chiamata ad esprimersi è il tema dell'immigrazione. L'immigrazione fatta da persone che soffrono, che hanno bisogno, che hanno necessità di essere accolte ed aiutate rispetto al fatto che le società civili si sentano invase, minacciate, non adeguatamente protette. Quindi occorre trovare un difficilissimo punto di equilibrio tra le esigenze delle persone che arrivano e le drammatiche e terribili esigenze delle persone che sono già qui e che si sentono vittime di un fenomeno che oggi è fuori controllo.
It's interesting, the question of cultural psychiatry, because that's not a new question, that there was an issue of transcultural psychiatry or cultural psychiatry, but in the past it was always thought of as an exotic object. That is, you live in the West and you go and see the other. Now the issue of cultural psychiatry is the integration of hybridization of cultures and global movements of people. And there's a kind of a shift from a migrant becomes immediately melted into the culture of the place, which was the American idea, to another kind of dialectic, which is that what of the migrant stays with his generations of culture and what becomes acculturated in the place. And this discourse has created all sorts of political and economic and social anxieties, which I think are now part of the public discourse on migration. And therefore it has made a cultural psychiatry a very interesting issue. That's one issue. The second issue is that how transportable is Western psychiatry when it goes to other countries? So we know that pharmaceutical companies are very happy to say that it is completely transportable. So I can use an antidepressant here, I can use an antipsychotic here. I don't really need to know about culture. The dialectic of that is that people present wellness and present distress in culturally framed idioms. And that if we do not understand distress, and we do not have a relationship with that distress, and we only depend on biological and pharmaceutical interventions, we are missing all sorts of opportunities. We are misdiagnosing, we are missing opportunities for resilience building, and we are missing an opportunity to think about groups and collectives as capable of healthier strategies. We know, for example, that psychotic illnesses have a better outcome in Asia than they do in North America, probably because there's more family support, but there may be other factors that we're not aware of. So there is some value in studying also the outcome of various kinds of psychiatric disorders or distress, and how do they present and why do they present the way they do.
So what we know is that people from migrant backgrounds have quite a dramatically increased rate of psychosis. Just migrating increases people's rate of psychosis. And of course there's more migration going on in the world now than there has been for a very long time. But also, of course, migration is creating a lot of hostility amongst people particularly in Europe and North America. And a lot of the arguments in the world today are actually arguments about identity. So it's interesting that both people on the right in Britain and in France, and I don't know about Italy, but certainly in the United States, they are explicitly trying to evoke a national identity, and they have a sort of nostalgia attached to that. So, you know, make America great again, taking back control, making France great again. This idea that we did have a strong identity in the past and it can be reclaimed. So what they're explicitly doing is trying to activate people's identity anxiety, I suppose you could put it.